and it was an honor for Gambia to have the framework signed and agreed and led two presentations on how do we leverage digital technologies to reach more people. So it is extremely gratifying to have the Honorable Minister for Digital Economy with us. This is the future of social protection. It is less costly and then we can accept is that I would really appreciate if we can stand for everyone to see. They were the ones who worked on the policy. And as of now, we are doing a review, or we finished the review and work on the new policy. But when we validated it, we could hardly see much difference between what was in this policy and five other countries that we looked, including Seychelles, Mauritius, Kenya, and others. That was an excellent job. So, Madam Secretary, thank you for leading it at the time. I also recognize the presence of the first National Coordinator for the Social Protection Secretariat, Mr. Ali Bara, who is also with us in the house. Mr. Bara, I don't know where you're hiding. So I present these 15 minutes of work that they started, Mr. Bara continued, and I actually ended it over the last 3 years. So for the purpose of our high table, I probably focus mainly on what were we thinking and what actually happened. So we see how far we came as a country over the last 10 years and where possibly we could go based on the speed at which we are going. So usually as a student of economics, we say where you are matters a lot, but the speed at which you are going is more important. You could be 10 kilometers away from me, but we are actually scrolling, and I am moving 10 kilometers an hour. I'll actually get you. So the growth rate. So we will check how we are moving. That will possibly say where we will be in the next 10 years as we work on the next policy. Of course, the moderator introduced me. I am Momo Tiba, the Executive Director of the Social Protection Agency. So that's the outline of my presentation. I look at the priority areas, then what happened over the last 10 years, the status of social protection right now, the achievements and the challenges. Now, you would see these are the five priority areas, and hardly you go to any other country, and we did a literature review on this as we are developing the new policy, that you will not find any of these five areas. We looked at five different countries that are probably leaders in Africa, so that was a well done job. Now, what I will do over the last 10 years, what happened to each of the priority areas, what we envisage. Now, what did we envisage 10 years ago? At the time, they said that we need to have leadership and coordination in the sector because an assessment which preceded the policy indicated that there were too many duplications, too many players, but they don't know what is happening. Then it was recommended that there should be leadership and coordination. So what we did is, you look at the things that they said we should do. It's like if you are building a house, oh, we need a rod, we need cement, we need to establish a secretariat, we need to develop terms of reference, we need to set up support units. That was very basic at the time. 10 years later, the secretariat was established in 2019, of course, always happy to say with the support of the World Bank. Then the secretariat from 2019 moved into an agency based on a functional review by the Oxford Policy Management Consultancy. Of course, we moved from units to departments. We now have a full-fledged agency, not a secretariat, working with two functional departments. We also have a project management unit which can coordinate project interventions across sectors. As we know, social protection is cross-cutting. For example, the project that we have in our office is intervening in TVET, is intervening in education, is they say, oh, we need to roll out and expand cash transfer programs. We need to map sector priorities to strengthen coordination and establish referral system. We need formal and informal linkages. With the support again of the World Bank, the NAFA cash transfer was conceived and it was delivered. And I'm happy also to announce, Mr. Malam, I'm sorry for that ahead of your presentation, that the NAFA is going to be expanded into other districts as we move on. So now we are not talking about introducing a cash transfer program. We are actually talking about consolidating and expanding the cash transfer program after some changes. Then, of course, this is still talking about the units to protect. So systems, we talk about systems. At this time, there was no data, if you like. There were no beneficiary data. There were no data on households. Then the policy said, okay, we need to put in the small pockets of data we have, if you like, call them beneficiary databases, and put them together in a management information system. But I think the government, of course, under the leadership of His Excellency, Mr. Adam Barrow, said, now we need a nationwide coverage, not pockets of databases. And as today, I am happy to say that the Gambia is the only country in Africa to have 100% social registry coverage from cattle to corner. Everyone is counted in. So at the time, it was not conceived to have a national database. It was, oh, we have pockets of people, maybe actually in the bill, child phone in the bill. Let's collect the data from them, and we have a management information system. But we had actually a bigger impact in terms of a nationwide coverage. It was also mentioned that we should know what's happening in the sector. At least now we are producing annually a report on the sector. We should constantly monitor. We agree as an agency now on the government cash transfer program, on the NAPA program, and other existing programs. So with the social registry, what we did now is to have it in an information system called the social registry information system, which is now fully operationalized in terms of how the UN system, the development partners, government ministries, how much it is being used. The World Bank ranked it as number three, I think only behind Senegal and another country. Of course, there's a good news. We are happy our neighbors are in front, but they had social registry for over 10 years and we had it only for 4 years. Again, what I kept saying, we will probably overtake over time based on the speed at we are going. So, in terms of coverage, we are number one. In terms of usage, we are number three in Africa. So, we hope to continue with that. But I take this approach to see before what we were thinking. Oh, let's have pockets of database to where we are now, just to see how far social protection has moved, especially over the last 5 years. Then we talked about pool funding. So explore creation of a pool social protection fund, identify fiscal space for predictable long-term financing. Now, what did we do with the enactment of the National Social Protection Act? The Social Protection Fund was created and government operationalized it. This year, of course, I see the Deputy Permanent Secretary Fiscal from the Minister of Finance smiling. Fully operationalized. It started with $89 million. This was almost three quarters this year, and then on track to disburse the rest, supporting the government cash transfer program. The government cash transfer program mainstreaming social protection in the national budget. As the representative from ECOWAS said,